Hey guys, so welcome back. This is the third time that I've tried to record this. Everything looks good now. The first two times there was problems with the audio. The second time I just wanted to make sure that my save file was backed up right to where I am so I wouldn't have to go back and play through some old content on the streaming character again to get the streaming character caught up to the walkthrough character and yada 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 is a real pain in the butt. I had to do it twice. Anyway, it looks like the mic issues have been fixed and we are currently running our timer and everything else seems to be working. So we're going to go ahead and fight this deathbird. I want to apologize ahead of time if it feels like I'm rushing through this content. Again, this is like the millionth time I've tried to record this stuff today. So I'm just in get it done mode. Ooh, that last second there was tense. I didn't know if we would get that off. All right, that's the last deathbird down. It's also the hardest deathbird, so whew, we got it in one, which is good because, again, like I said, we got a lot of stuff to cover. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to level up here, spend our runes. Ooh, heart's racing a little bit. All right. No, we want the hammer. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and go to, we're going to go over here. So we're going to go to this grace. So let's just talk about what we're doing today since we got a second. Since, you know, this deathbird here. We're going to do this mine here. There's a cave over here we're going to do. Actually, before we do that, we're going to kill a dragon over here, and then we're going to do a cave over here. So that's what we have left to do today. So let's get to it. Yeah, there's so I guess it all depends on where you are in the world, but you know, in the US, in the lower 48, you know, we call them gremlins, but in Hawaii, they're called mini hoonies. Oh, what are they called in the Philippines? I keep asking my wife and she tells me and I forget. Anyway, the little house gnomes that come in and mess with your stuff, right? Somehow, and I never touch this part of my mic, right? But somehow, some way, the gain on my microphone was turned all the way up. Or it was turned up halfway. And it really messed with the vocal sound. And I tried to fix it in Adobe Premiere, but it just didn't. And so I was like, okay, well, you know, I've turned down the gain. We'll just re-record it. Turns out I didn't turn down the gain. I turned up the gain. And like I said, I never mess with the gain, except for when I first hooked up the mic. I turned it all the way down. That way over there, that goes right to the boss. That's a shortcut we'll open later, but for now we're just going to drop down here. And then so I recorded the episode again with the gain turned all the way up, so it was worse. And so then I was like, you know what? I guess we're just not going to be releasing any content today, but I still have to do the recordings. So, you know, we're just going to take a break. We're going to eat dinner. We're going to spend some time with the wife because the wife's coming over after work. And we're just going to hang out and reset our brain. And then we will get the episodes recorded. So that's where we're at. And for those of you asking why my wife would be coming over after work instead of, you know, living here, she lives here. Technically, she lives here. We try to do a 50-50 split between her and her mom because of where she works. Half the time it's closer to her mom's house than it is here. And today is just one of those days where it's her workplace is closer to here, but unfortunately her employer switched her schedule, and so now she's just basically alternating days between here and there, and we're not so she's not staying here because of that current schedule, which is unfortunate. It sucks. I don't like it. And some of you may be asking why my wife is working and I'm not working. And I should get off my lazy butt, quit playing video games for 0 viewers, and go get a job. Would love to. Absolutely, positively would love to. Don't go up there yet. That's for the boss. We still got a couple of things to do down here. Would love to do that. 100%. I agree with you. Except for the country where I am, it is against the law for me to work while I am in the country on a tourist visa, which I am. So I cannot have a job in country from an employer in my country, or from a local employer. Now, really, they don't enforce it against like foreign employers. Okay, well, no, okay, no. So let's back up. So in my country, it is against the law for me to work on a tourist visa anywhere that's not like considered a Western country. So I could work on, you know, for a company in the US and like be in Europe, right? That's not so bad. I guess technically it's not against the law so much as it is where I currently am. They would be able to hire 10 locals for one of me. So the incentive to hire me is 0. So most companies have a policy against hiring Americans that live in the region of the world where I am, because why would they? The country that I am in, the local laws states that I cannot work for a local employer, period, while I'm on a tourist visa. Even if I'm on a residency visa, so let's say my wife applied for me to have a residency visa, and after 5 years I'm a legal resident, right? So first of all, I would still not be able to work for 5 years, right? And then let's say I'm a resident. Let's say I'm a legal resident of the country where I am. It's still against the law for companies where I am to hire me, because I'm not a citizen. I'm a legal resident. Now, after being a legal resident for 10 years, I can apply to take my citizenship test in the local language. So, you know, it would be 15 years of me living here in the country where I am before I could work. So that's why I'm not working. Now, my wife and I and our kid, we can live comfortably without me working. But I'm going back to the US, and with that comes some additional expenses like a plane ticket that we just don't have the budget for. So in order to do that, she had to get a job, and we had to take out a loan. And so her job is basically just paying back the loan for the plane ticket for me to go back to the US. And once I get back to the US, we will be doing her immigration visa to the US. So we're going to go in here. This is just another Astel fight. And we're going to die, which is tragic. That normally doesn't happen. You want to dodge that blast in the beginning. So we'll redo that now that we're focused on the boss and not talking about stuff that's not important. So we should be able to, we opened up the shortcut. So we can just go right to the boss. Unfortunately, we have a bunch of runes in there. And so that's going to be a real big pain in the butt to get back. But we should be able to do it just fine. So we're going to come in here. First things first. Let's buff. Let's buff. And once we get in here, we want to dodge the laser beam if he shoots it. All right. Want to dodge that. Now we can summon Mimic. Gonna do it again. And so his melee is going to have these gravity bombs attached to it. That's really early for a teleport. When he teleports, he usually does a beam, but right now he's locked on Mimic. Usually he doesn't do his first teleport until like 50% health, so that's like very early. So it's going to do another teleport. When he does teleport, he'll try to grab you if you are like within range of his teleport. So if you see him come up, definitely try to get away. When he does his ground slam, like all of his moves here are like gravity based. So when he does his ground slam, there'll be gravity to it. So these meteors, you just kind of want to run away. Definitely try not to get hit by them. They do hurt. If you're under him when that happens, all of the meteors will just land right on top of you, and that could just straight up kill you. All right, so we got him on the second try. Got meteor out of Astel. Not my best showing, but also not my worst. I've definitely had worse. We got enough runes to level, so we're going to go ahead and spend those runes. We might be able to level twice, but I doubt it. Yeah, no, we can level once. So we're going to get our dex up to 54. We're going to get 55 and 55 by the end of this episode. So that's not even a question. So for now, we're going to come down here. We want to borrow a crab and have the crab go ahead and open up a statue for us. grab our sliver of strip of white flesh. Smack this crab. Then we're going to bring him all the way over here. All right. Kill the crab. Smithing stone 8. Some crab eggs. And you can ignore the little crabs. That's fine. Then we're going to come over here. And right there sleeping that we're going to wake up is a dragon. Go ahead and summon our mimic. We don't have my perfume. All right. We also don't have any dragon wound grease. All right. So he's taking Mimic to town over here. That's unfortunate for Mimic. That was almost unfortunate for us. So like all other magma worms, when he gets up to 50%, he's going to stand up on his hind legs. We're not going to worry about the vulnerability crit here. We can just do enough damage here just to end this fight without it. Alright, so he's down. And while we're going to come over here. Hold on. We do want to go over to that fog door that's there behind the octopus thing. But first, we're going to jump up here. And we want to come across this way. And we're going to pick up Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone. We got a bunch of these so far. We haven't been able to use any of them. We'll take a look and maybe we can use one after this episode. Now our Mimic should be able to just hold that for a minute while we go ahead and open this fog door. Alright, so that's down. And then we'll come in here. We'll grab ourselves a grace. And we're doing really good on time right now, actually. Like, I gotta slow down. We're doing too good on time. We got 12 minutes left, and this takes like 6 minutes to get through this dungeon. So we're gonna grab our golden rune here. Let's go level. Missed. Now we got it. All right, level up. We're gonna go 55 strength. Perfect. Gonna come over here to the left-hand side first. Alright. And that's all cleaned up. That's pretty much all there is in here. Come back through here. Grab yourself some freezing grease. We want to... Where's my stones? We want some rainbow stones. That's all of the perfume bottles that we have for the rest of the game, basically. Unless we find some more arteria leaves somewhere. You can hear all these guys snoring. They need CPAP machines. So right over here, just in case we get turned around, which I tend to do in this place a little bit more often than I'd like to admit. We're going to drop a stone there. Through here, come around the left. Up the butterflies. The wife is calling me. I'm not going to answer it. I tried calling her earlier because it's, you know, it's baby bedtime. And I wanted to say goodnight. But they didn't answer. So I started my recording session. And so now she can wait. We're going to pop up there. Grab that. Grab this Mikola lily here. Alright, take him down. Come down here. Take out this dude. Take out this dude. Take out this dude. That replaces our one wasted rune arc. How many do we got? 25? Yeah, we're okay. We'll come over here. Grab this. We're going to pop over here. And then we're going to come down here. Oh, and if you want to know how I have 25 rune arcs, and while you've been following the guide, you only have like 10 or maybe 12. I also do co-op with this character on some evenings. There have been streams where I've done co-op, and the last couple of times I did streams with co-op. It was co-op, no commentary. It was this character. So you know, when you do co-op, when you finish the objective, you get a rune arc. So if you're running low on rune arcs and you want some more, and you don't, you know, you've either A, collected all the ones that we've got so far, or B, done all that and also bought all the ones that you could buy, or you don't want to buy any of them, or whatever. Whatever the case may be, you want some rune arcs, pop in some co-op. You know, we've been hitting all of the summoning pools. That's what the summoning pools are for. That's for co-op. So people can use their fur calling finger remedies to see your sign. So basically what you do, I have multiplayer off here, but we can go into our inventory So basically what you would do is you would use a small golden effigy, and this sends out your summoning sign to all of the summoning pools that you've activated. If you only want to do specific bosses, you can just use the Tarnished Furled Finger, and that creates a gold summon sign at the boss you're currently at. So that's how you would do that. If you want to find gold summon signs, use this. Right, and it also reveals people's red signs. Their dueling signs if they put down dueling signs. So that's and if you put down co-op and then you don't want to do co-op for whatever reason, you can just use, where is it? I get down the right menu. You can do this one. Oh wait, no, that's just to write messages. Never mind. You can also just like teleport away, and that will stop your co-op. Oh, we are not in a good spot to do this. We're gonna pop our mimic, and let's not get fucked up. Okay, so we were able to get in. We walked in there with basically no health. I was not paying attention. Anyway, you get your golden greatsword. And then we're going to call that for now. We're going to start the next episode here on the Palace Approach Ledge. And we're just going to power through Mogwin Palace. We've already picked up a bunch of key loot here. So we're not going to spend a lot of time just, running around fighting stuff. We're just going to grab the key loot that we need, and we're going to just go fight the boss. Right? We've picked up a lot of the key loot already. There's a couple of pieces left that we still got to pick up. There's a couple of heroes runes. You can see the loot over here, right there. That's a cookbook. We want to grab that. Over there by, can you see it from here? Maybe you can't see it from here. I will come over here where we can see it from. You see that bird there? Right underneath that bird, there is some loot. There's a trinket there. There's some loot over there. Right there is a golden seed and an invasion. Right there, there's an invasion. And right there, there's an invasion. Same guy 3 times. We're just going to go and do that. So that's what we're going to do next episode. We're not going to screw around. We're just going to get it done. So I will see you all then.